Gemini, welcome to Get Life 333 Tarot. My name is Jackie. This is going to be for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If this general message does not apply to your sun, please check out one of your other signs. Okay, take what resonates, throw out the rest. You guys clicked on this video, your partner went no contact, or you're close to going to no contact. So for that, I just want to say I'm sorry. I know how painful that is. Alright, so let's see what messages we can get for you guys to understand what they don't want you to know. You know, and sometimes these things will just give us clarity that we might need to just work through, understanding. See if maybe there's a chance the relationship can rekindle itself at some point, or if it's been annihilated beyond repair. Let's see what the messages are, okay? Can only deliver the messages. Please don't come after me in the comments. I'm the vessel. I'm just giving you the messages, okay? All right, Jem, let's get to it. They don't want you to know that they're thinking back to very happy memories of you guys. Yeah. That you two shared. They want to get back with you, but are in the process of figuring out if your relationship is worth going back to. And I don't feel like that's being considered, you know, in like a harsh way. They're just really trying to weigh things out in their mind right now. And then, you know, they don't want you to know how correct you are and were in their underlying psychology in your relationship. They don't feel you ever actually needed them. And they felt really uncomfortable. In fact, intimidated by the life you had before them and besides them. Okay? They know they have so much that they want to offer you, possibly can offer you right now, or are working towards that. But they believe regardless of this, you're bored with them. They just don't feel like enough for you. They don't want you to know that they feel this way, because this would imply a lack of sincerity, lack of sincerity on your part, I guess. And they don't want to fight about it. They don't want to accuse you of lacking sincerity, because part of them knows you are sincere, but yet they feel like this. So it's this vacillation. You know, and Jem, listen, you guys are the twins, right? Maybe half of you does feel bored. You know what I mean? I mean, not that you don't love this person, and but you might just have a very specific, idea of where you want your life to go. And I'm getting the feeling that your partner feels like they either can't participate in it with you on equal footing or provide it for you. They just don't feel like they're enough. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, they're having financial issues right now for sure. Yeah. And they don't feel like that they can give you what you want and need, whatever it is, fill in the blank. New home, wedding, vacation, social life, money to go to places that maybe you guys used to go to, or you did, and then money just became tight. It just became impossible to maintain the level of socializing and vacationing and whatnot that you guys were doing and plan for the future. It just all became too much. And the feeling I'm getting here is that if there was a pullback of that, this is why they're feeling that you were bored. Maybe you didn't even feel bored, though. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Because this is just in their mind how they're feeling. Maybe they're the ones who also felt bored. Like they wanted to continue having that style of life. And because they were feeling that way, maybe they were projecting that onto you also. The narrative is going to be a little different just because this is a general reading. But the money issue it's very, very clear. Yeah, they're just really struggling right now. And they're struggling too with serious procrastination while you guys are in no contact. They're trying to figure their life out. They're trying to figure out, should they change jobs, maybe careers. They're just having major anxiety about money. Just like the financial agreement or the financial needs required by your relationship just became really overwhelming to them, and they needed to escape. you know? And then we have the Magician in reverse. They don't want you to know how dishonest they were or are with you. You know, you guys might be in limited contact right now. You know, this was once a good relationship in their mind. This was a good person to you as well. This was at one point someone you were able to trust, but now they're kind of like a trickster, you know? They misled you. They manipulated you through like charmed promises, and it's really hard to manipulate a Gemini. So this person has to be pretty savage in their capabilities of charm, you know? But what this indicates is what you saw was not totally what you got, and they're very aware that they did this. This is the thing though. They feel justified and they blame you for their pressure. They feel, okay, I'm getting that the dishonesty really had more to do with like money, like they were going out or spending money on things and not telling you because they didn't want to hear about it. Yeah, it had to do with that somehow. Some of them may have cheated. Listen, dishonesty has many faces, right? Many faces. I'm just mentioning that about money just because how clear the message is that the issues were surrounded by money. Real pinnacle issues here, you know? So, but take that level of dishonesty however it applies to your relationship, but they know they were not honest with you. They are fully aware, and they're not even lying to themselves about it. They know. And in a funny way, though, they realize you have the ability to see right through them. You know, Gemini is insanely intelligent, right? And, you know, the average Gemini could like sell waterfront property to somebody in the middle of the desert. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and they know this. So they don't like to get into arguments with you because you're very good at arguing, and they just don't want to deal because at the end of the day, they know you have their number. They know you have them figured out, and they don't want you to expose them. Not even to themselves. They don't want to deal with that. They just don't want to deal with it. Yeah. They want this committed partnership with you, though, right? Regardless of this, they want this. You know? But they feel like whenever you guys do try to communicate, it always ends up really negative. You know? And they blame you for this, Gemini. They see you as like relentless with, you know, if you guys are in an argument or something, you're like relentless, you know? Yeah, I mean, I actually think that's kind of a strength of yours. The fact that until you unpack and dissect something all the way down to its nub, you want to keep at it. You know, you don't like when you're having a discussion with somebody, an argument, whatever you want to call it. You don't like these gaps in information. You don't like not being able to make logical connections. When things don't seem right, you will ask 12 million questions from 15 different ways. You know what I mean? And this really bothers them. They view you as someone who doesn't know how to listen to others, somebody who's really stubborn, and they just, on top of that, they see you as super fickle, very easily bored, and you get into these periods of obsessions, but those obsessions burn out quickly, and then they feel like they're always left behind to clean up the mess, and they're really sick of it. They really are. But then we have the strength reverse. They are still so weak when it comes to you, and they don't want you to know how they are in this place of overthinking, how emotionally exhausted they are from thinking this, even if this is not the message on the street. You know, even if your friends are telling you, no, they're fine, or, oh, he's going out with his friends, or, oh, I think he was hooking up with this girl, or whatever, whatever. The reality is, what they don't want you to know is how they are overthinking this to the point of becoming emotionally exhausted. And they're sticking to this no contact to assess their thoughts to make sure that changes are made in their life that are ultimately going to make them feel better. But the thing is this, they don't even know what that means right now. So I'm getting a very confused vibe from them. You know, the message is actually very direct. So this is either going to resonate or it's not, guys, you know. It's either going to resonate or it's not. And again, if it doesn't, check your moon, your Venus, your rising. Right? General messages are like that. You have to understand that about tarot. Okay. Oh, yay. Yeah, listen. There is such anxiety right now. It's nuts that this person is thinking. They're not sleeping well. They have such a heavy load that they're just not willing to put down. They're still really holding on to your relationship. Absolutely. Yeah, and you know, but they're not being honest with you about money. They're lying about money. They just are. They want to move forward with you, but they're not being truthful. And without the truth, you guys cannot have that ultimate happiness. Now listen, they view you as the King of Swords. This is you here, okay? This is you. You're going to go in with, you know, Geminis. If you're a real Gemini, I'm sure you've heard this. Your tongue is as sharp as a knife. It's sharp as a razor. It's sharp as a sword, right? I'm sure you guys have heard that before, right? You have this incredible ability to communicate. And they know this. And, you know, at the same time, they're afraid that you're going to just come in and how do I put this? They want to they feel protective of their money. They really do. And they're not willing to be honest with you about it at this point because there's a lack of trust here that they have for you regarding money. And they don't even want to open that door with you. They just want to hold on to their pentacles. They just want to, you know, yeah. They don't see any solution to this because it's like in their mind, they understand that you have certain wants and needs and that is who you are. It's what makes you up. But at the same time, they feel like they're not able to keep up or provide for your life together in the way that's necessary. And those are two, in their mind, unchangeable things. So they really cannot see a way forward. Let's pull one more line. Yeah. Okay. You know, look, they're feeling sad and they're trying to figure out, they're really trying to figure out a new way of being. You know, we have the Judgment card here, okay? I mean, look, the Judgment it's a major arcana, and, you know, it does mean like new awareness, resurrection, a calling of the truth. It seems like they want to be truthful, but they're scared to be truthful. Yeah, interesting. They want to talk to, they don't want to have to lie to you about money. This is the thing I'm getting. They feel like they have to lie to you about money. And this is going to be different for everyone, you know. Jem, maybe they're giving you money and it's just like never enough. You keep asking them, or there's just this feeling that they feel like they're just not enough, you know? Yeah. But they still love you. They've not had a change of heart with you. They haven't, you know? But they're not willing to sacrifice the money. They're not willing to do that. They feel really strong about that, and they feel like that's all they have to hold on to right now. So, you know, if you guys are not full no contact now, this might be a conversation you might want to have. And you have to figure out how you feel about it. You know, maybe they're right. You know, maybe they just don't have the resources or the gumption, you know. It just might not be in their character to have what you want in your life. You know, you could do some thinking about that. And if you guys are no contact, you know, think about, if you want this relationship to work, what are you willing to compromise on in this area? you know? Yeah, you have to, and that's a very individual thing. I mean, no tarot, unless you're getting a personal reading, no general tarot card should tell you what to do. You really need, this is a recommendation to really look inside of yourself and take this information and see why your person might be feeling like this. It doesn't mean that they're correct in their assessment. It doesn't mean that any of this is true. It's just their interpretation, their experience, how they're feeling about it, And the most you can do, if you feel like it's worth it, is to try to understand why they feel this way. Not to make excuses for their dishonesty at all, but just trying to understand from maybe like a higher ground, Give yourself the distance and look at it. Try to look at it objectively if you can. And just try to figure out why they might feel the way they do. What parts make sense to you? Which parts don't? Which parts might you be willing to compromise on regarding the issues that you guys have? And which ones aren't you? And, listen, any kind of dishonesty to many people right there, that's a major cutoff right there. Because white lies can become really big, black, gross, ugly, other, more serious lies, right? So it's, again, it's, process the information and see what you come up with. Gemini, thanks so much for hanging out with me. That's what I have for you today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.